Зеленський та генеральний секретар Організації Об'єднаних Націй Антоніо Гутерres. Заява президента України.
Let me be very clear. The Security Council failed to do everything in its power to prevent and end this war. And this is a source of great disappointment, frustration, and anger. This is one of the fastest scale-up operations we have ever undertaken, and we are very much aware that not everything is perfect. Whatever we can provide pales in comparison to the needs. And I'm here to pledge that we will boost our efforts across the board, coordinating with the Ukrainian government every step of the way. Until now, we have provided life-saving humanitarian aid to 3.4 million people inside Ukraine, and we are aiming to more than double that number to 8.7 million by the end of August. Some recent estimates show a worst-case scenario in which some 25 million people could be in need of humanitarian assistance by the end of this year. We hope this scenario does not materialize, but we are obliged to plan for it. And we are expanding our cash assistance, distributing 100 million per month, reaching now 1.3 million people by May, and covering 2 million by August. And I'm here to say to you, Mr. President, and to the people of Ukraine, we will not give up. As we keep pushing for a full-scale ceasefire, we will also keep striving for immediate practical steps to save lives and reduce human suffering. Effective humanitarian corridors, local cessations of hostilities, safe passage for civilian and supply routes. Today, the people of Mariupol are in desperate need for just such an approach. Mariupol is a crisis within a crisis. Thousands of civilians need life-saving assistance. Many are elderly, in need of medical care, or have limited mobility. They need an escape route out of the apocalypse. Finally, let me say that in many ways we are at ground zero for the world we need to build. A world of respect for international law, the UN Charter, and the power of multilateralism. A world that protects civilians. A world that advances human rights. A world where leaders live up to the values that they have promised to uphold. That too is a struggle. But it is one that we must win for the sake of every country, community, and person around the world. What do you want? Do you want the people to be rescued? Or do you want me to say something that will be an obstacle to that rescue? At the present moment, I can only tell you we are doing everything we can to make it happen. I'm not going to enter into any comment that would undermine that possibility, because my first and only priority is the people that suffer and the people that must be rescued. As I said, the UN is not only the Security Council. The UN is also the General Assembly. And the General Assembly was clear in this regard. And the UN are all the men and women that are working in different parts of the world to support people that are victims of war, that are victims of conflict. I have not the power to reform the Security Council. I have no illusions about the possibility to do it immediately. But I will do everything I can through making the UN as effective as possible in situations like these, to at least compensate for a failure that I cannot solve.
President, thank you, Secretary General. This is the end of the press conference.